Hi, this is our next video on trigonometry and another video on SOHCAHTOA. In this lesson, we're going to have another go at finding a side of a triangle. Right, quick recap about what the words hypotenuse, opposite and adjacent means. And a quick relook at what the mnemonic SOHCAHTOA means. Remember in the last video we introduced these triangles that we like to use to teach us, and it'd be a great idea if you could learn them off by heart. All right, let's get into example 1. See how you go with these examples today. Find the length of the side x. Well, once again, we only have one side of the triangle and an angle of 52 degrees. So clearly we can't use Pythagoras to find a third side, because in Pythagoras you need two sides to find the third. All right, so let's go through our 4 steps. Step 1, we're going to label sides. So this is our hypotenuse, the longest side. This is our opposite side, and this is our adjacent side. Right, step 2, we're going to pick the rule. It's the SOH rule, the CAH rule, or the TOA rule. Now, how do we do that again? In this example, we know the adjacent's 23, and we're trying to figure out the hypotenuse, h. So the rule must have an A and an H in it. So it must be my CAH rule. So we're ready for step 3, substitute and solve. So let's draw the CAH triangle, C at the bottom, A at the top, H at the bottom right. Remember, C represents cosine of the angle theta. Now theta is 52 degrees, the angle's 52, so let's replace that with cosine of 52. The adjacent, well, we know that's 23 centimeters, so let's replace this with 23. And the hypotenuse is the side we're trying to figure out, which we're going to replace with x. Right, well this time in this triangle, we have one on the top and one on the bottom. In the last video, they were both on the bottom and we multiplied them. Because we have one on the top and one on the bottom, we're going to divide them. Now be careful, as you grab your calculator and go and divide them, please put in 23 first, because 23 is at the top of the triangle, and then go divide by cosine of 52. Remember, some calculators use brackets around the 52. And remember, if your calculator is not giving you the answer we've got here, it may be set up in what's called radians or some other setup, and you need to learn how to change it back into degrees because we're working with 52 degrees. Right, well, step 4 is to round our answer sensibly and give the units. So let's round it to either one decimal place to 37.4 centimeters, or if you want to go to 2 decimal places, 37.36 centimeters. All right, let's do example 2. Find the length of the side x. Here we go. Step 1, label sides. H, hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent. Step 2, let's pick which of the following rules, the SOH, the CAH, or the TOA. And again, this is how to do it. We know the opposite is 45. We're trying to find h, which is the hypotenuse. So the rule must have an O and an H in it. The only one up here out of SOHCAHTOA that has an O and an H is the SOH rule. So we're using the sine rule. All right, step 3, substitute and solve. So here's the sine triangle, S in the bottom, O at the top, H at the bottom right. S represents sine of theta. We know theta is 60 degrees, so we're going to go sine of 60. We know O is 45, so we're going to replace that with 45. And H is a side, H is a side that we don't know, so we're going to leave it as X. So because they are on top of each other, we're going to use a divide. So we're going to go 45 divide by sine 60 and get an answer which rounded to 1 dp is 52 millimeters, 52.0, or to 2 decimal places, 51.96 millimeters. Great, thanks for watching.